guys, before we get started with the video, I just want to give two big shoutouts to people who have helped my channel out a lot behind the scenes. The first one, in no particular order, is going to Turtle Shack Gaming, who's given me too many shoutouts and also uploads as frequently as possible and has grown super fast these past few weeks. I recommend going to check out her channel and watching some of the Destiny and Overwatch videos that she has. Also, the Q&As that have been doing really good, please get involved with those. The second big shout out goes to the one and only TCM1401, who I'll be uploading some videos with later down on the road. He's got some great videos over Destiny, Battlefield, and Uncharted 4, so you should definitely go see what his channel is all about. Go subscribe to these two, please, because they've definitely helped me and my channel, and they're both on the rise. Alright, so now to get into the video. Philosophy. What the heck is philosophy? Well, I mean, to put it simply, thinking. So, thinking about questions people ask is going to be the exciting topic of today's video. This type of video is going to be new to my channel, and depending on how it does, I'll keep doing them probably weekly. So basically what I'm going to do is take these philosophical questions, or questions that are hard to answer, and try to give them my best response. Also, I am 100% accepting questions from you guys, so leave a comment with the question and I'll be sure to try and answer it and give a shout out to your channel in my next video. Alright, so question number 1. Is it worse to fail at something or never to try at all? This one is pretty simple to me, because in my opinion, it's definitely worse to never have tried. If you do something and fail at it, at least you won't have to live with the regret of never trying in the first place. If you're going to fail at something, worst case scenario is that you come out stronger in the end. What about embarrassment? Who cares? Everyone fails at things, it's how we get better later on. So, if I'm choosing what's worse, it's not trying. Always go for trying at least a little, because failing is better than the regret of not doing it at all. Question number 2. Does nature shape our personalities more than nurture? This is a hard question to answer. I don't know if there's really one to choose from, because either way you look at it, they tie into each other. I'm no scientist, but with the help of Google, I know the definition of nurture is basically caring for and encouraging the growth or development of something. So basically, a mother raising her kid. That makes it seem like the obvious answer is nurture, but nature, the physical world around us, definitely influences our lives too, whether we know it or not. Especially nowadays with media and hoopla and whatnot. So what shapes our personalities more? I'm gonna say nurture, because if we think about how we were raised, good or bad, we grow accustomed to certain morals. And when we have our own morals from the way we were raised and how we're living, we're basically conforming our lives into the society or nature we live in. So with this, I say nurture shapes our personalities more than nature. Question number 3. Where's the line between creativity and insanity? This one took me a while to understand, and I couldn't even figure out what I was being asked. But after a lot of thought, here's my best answer. I think there's a fine line between creativity and insanity. If we get technical, the definition of insanity is being irrational, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. At least that's what Far Cry 3 taught me anyways. Creativity, on the other hand, is the use of your own imagination and ideas. Some ideas can be insane, that's true. I'm not saying being creative means you're insane, but I guess there can be insanity in someone's creativity, because when they use their imagination to think of different results coming from the same ideas, they are insane. But I guess the line between the two would have to be where creativity meets something called originality, meaning, well, being insane is being repetitive in a crazy way, but true creativity is original, so you don't have to worry about being clinically insane. So the line between creativity and insanity is originality, I guess. I mean, if you're creative, you're original, so that means each idea is original, instead of, like, insanely repetitive. So my answer, the line between creativity and insanity, is originality. Now we're going to jump into a little bit of a deep question with question number 4. Why do people fear losing things they don't even have yet? This one can go pretty deep, but for time's sake I'll try to cut it a little short. The fear of loss is something we all have. The only ones who really don't fear loss are those who have nothing to lose, and we all kind of have something to lose, whether it be family, life, opportunities, time, or other things. When we care for something or someone, losing them will do no less than tear us apart, and that's normal. This is because we get not just accustomed to having it around, but we know this is our life now. And when something happens and we lose that, it affects our emotions because it brings a change and a feeling of emptiness or a gap because that thing we either cared for, needed, or were so used to having isn't there anymore. It's gone. So, why do we fear losing what we don't even have? This is almost as simple as why we fear losing what we already have. Think about something you've really wanted or cared about. Maybe a new phone, maybe an animal, maybe a person you care for. This is something we want so bad, and most of the time nobody knows how bad except for the one who's feeling this. The emotional side of this is pretty important because that's what brings the fear. Basically, when we want something, we see ourselves with it. We don't always know we'll have it, but we can imagine it in our lives or possession. If we couldn't imagine this, we wouldn't really want it. But when we do want this, we can see it in our lives. We don't get to really grow accustomed to it, but being able to imagine it there makes us want it more. And that's why I think it's so easy to fear losing what we don't have, because fear means caring, and when we care for it, that's when we want it. So that makes us afraid of losing what we've wanted so bad. Then there's the side of just being paranoid at your inability to keep things and remember where you set them, like keys or the flipping remote, because you just know you're going to lose that new phone you wanted so bad and wonder why the heck you spent all that money on it. Alas, question number 5, the final question. What's the difference between living and being alive? I've heard this question a lot, but I've never really taken the time to think about it. So let's start with the basics, being alive. We all really know what that is. If we go back to 6th grade science, we know that if it has cells, it has life. I mean, obviously anyone watching this video is alive. Whoever you may talk to tomorrow is alive right now. If you see someone breathing, they're probably alive. This is all a little obvious, I'd say. But what is living? I guess living could be described in a lot of different ways. You hear people say, man, you haven't lived until you've tried this, or come on, live a little. But what does that really mean? I think living is doing anything out of the normal routine. New things happen every day, and if you're a part of it, or if it affects you, hey, you're living. But if you're living each day, just waking up, going through your morning routine, going to work or school, sitting with your friends or by yourself, going home, doing the same old thing, you're not really living. I'm not saying I'm not saying partying or making insane memories is what it takes to live, but trying new things, experiencing new things, affecting other people, that's when you're living. So saying that the difference between being alive versus living is having new things happen out of the normal routine is like saying that the difference between walking and sitting is having movement. If you're sitting, you're just being stationary. Nothing's changing. If you're walking though, you have to move each of your legs and watch for what's in front of you. You're doing something. See my point? Living is doing something, going new places, doing new things, but being alive is just basically sitting by in the life around you. Anyways, thank you all for watching and sticking through to the end. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know it's not the normal gameplay that I've uploaded, but if you want more, be sure to let me know and leave a like so I can start making more. Also, be sure to comment any thoughts/questions that you might want me to talk about in the next one. Remember to share this video with someone who might like it. Take it easy, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Come on!